Good afternoon, everyone. This is your guy, Michael Washington, here in my humble abode. I want to wish each and every one of you a pleasant, although hot, evening today, and I hope you are faring well. I just want to take this opportunity to say that here recently, the District Attorney of Oklahoma County has chosen to file felony murder charges, first degree murder charges, second degree murder charges, assault and battery against 5 inmates in the Oklahoma County Detention Center in connection to the brutal killing of Curtis Buff Williams, who every one of us was aware was killed on March 27th, 2021, actually killed by the Oklahoma City Police Department. We know that this is clearly a travesty of injustice, that the 5 inmates are being charged for the perpetrated behavior of the Oklahoma City Police Department under the direction of Chief Wade Gorley, who himself orchestrated the death mission and death squad that took the life of Curtis Buff Williams. These 5 young men here in the Oklahoma County Jail, need our support. The charges need to be brought to an abrupt end against these inmates. They had nothing whatsoever to do with Curtis Buff Williams' murder, deliberate and flagrant murder by the Oklahoma City Police Department. And we should not allow such a tragedy to go on without questioning the authority of District Attorney David Prater. He is using these inmates as an scapegoat to allow the officers to get away with murder. Now, at one time when the officers entered the jail pod on the 10th floor, did they ask or demand Curtis to drop the knife or to let the hostage go? They simply walked in within seconds, took aim, and took the life of Curtis Buff Williams. And now they want 5 inmates to be responsible for his untimely and unjustified death. I say to everyone, we're not having it. Mind you, let me also say that not only are we not having it, but at the same time, just before this murder occurred, my organization, Oklahoma Coalition Against People Abuse, with Brother Dolsky and others, we were out in front of the jails demonstrating that same day. As a matter of fact, we had actually departed the Oklahoma County Jail approximately 2.5 hours before we learned of this man's brutal murder by the Oklahoma City Police Department. Everyone, I want y'all to know we have to be fighters. We can't continue to play the blame game and place the blame on the government, city, state, or federal. And we sit back and refuse to take matters into our own hands. It is vitally important that all of us know at some point in our lives that we're going to need law on our side. And I, Michael Washington, am doing the best that he can to encourage each and every one of you to stand with us out in front of the Oklahoma County Jail this coming Saturday from 1 until 3 o'clock. We're going to have water. We're going to have crackers and stuff like that. So you're going to be well hydrated. We just ask that you sacrifice a little bit of your time so that we can keep the focus on that Oklahoma County Jail until the officials there bring it up to constitutional standards. We should settle for nothing less, and we aren't going to settle for anything less. Right now, we're contemplating filing a federal civil rights lawsuit, class action, against the Oklahoma County Detention Center, the Oklahoma County Criminal Justice Authority, the county jail itself, the Oklahoma County Commissioners, and City of Oklahoma City. We don't have an attorney right now on hand that is capable of handling this. But we're not going to be discouraged. Every day I'm fighting to find attorneys to file this class action lawsuit so that we can break this traumatic, unreal, dehumanizing, inhumane set of circumstances inside of county jail to a quick end. We, myself, and the family of Curtis Buff Williams still remain to this day believing that the jail conditions, the horrific, horrendous, flagrantly wrong conditions inside the jail, is what caused Curtis to lose his life. He just couldn't take it anymore. And it would appear to me that the other inmates who allegedly were involved in the taking of the jailer hostage, I believe that the conditions also played a role in their decisive measures that particular fateful day as well. And because it did, then clearly there are mitigating circumstances that would prevent even a first or second degree murder charge being filed, because they were provoked essentially into trying to correct the dehumanizing bed bugs, not being let out of the showers, not being fed appropriately, not being able to have recreation, not being able to contact their loved ones. These things, like again, played an essential role in the outcome of what happened to Curtis Buff Williams, and again the allegedly perpetrators, inmates who allegedly were involved with Curtis Buff Williams. Well, let me say, y'all, we are not going to let this go on. And I need each and every one of you again to come out with me this Saturday in front of the Oklahoma County Jail from 1 until 3 o'clock. Now, mind you, a lot of you are hesitant because you think we're going to be out there ranting, raving, acting crazy, tearing up chairs and tables, burning up police cars and all this stuff. That's not what we do. On the contrary, what we do is we do organized stuff. We sit together, we talk together, we allow families, loved ones, people who have even been in the county jail to say a few words. We talk about the drastic conditions inside the jail, but we do it in an organized manner. We don't curse anybody out. We don't encourage any physical violence of any sort. We don't encourage bringing weapons to our events. Our events are well organized, so a lot of people think, traditionally speaking, people come in and raise their fists, rant and rave. That's not what we do. We sit back again and we talk about the situation. We talk about the conditions inside the jails, how we want them changed. We allow mothers to address the communications they've gotten from their loved ones, their children in jail. We give opportunity to former inmates to come out and say a few words about how they feel things should be changed inside the jail and what they experienced while they were in there. So I just want all y'all to know about that today. Don't be hesitant about coming out. I mean, we can be organized. We can be and will be organized. We are just like anybody else. We're just simply taking on the initiative to right a wrong that is terribly needed to be corrected. And we need others to help us. Let your voice ring out as a roaring lion of the jungle. 4 or 5 of us can't do it. 10 or 15 can't do it. You're going to need a large group of concerned individuals coming out and expressing their righteous indignation for the unconstitutional living conditions that inmates are being forced to endure in the Oklahoma County Detention Center. This is not something that's frivolous. This is not something we're just doing because we can do it. This is something that needs to be brought to the attention of the world. Legislators are finally saying it. City officials are finally saying it. Council people are finally saying it. Commissioners are finally saying it. So if all these people are finally saying this, why haven't they then made the initial contacts with the people who can make a change to get it done then? Let me tell y'all something. Just within the last week, 49 jailers have left the Oklahoma County Detention Center because they said when they signed up, they didn't know that what they were coming into was the horrific conditions in which they had actually found themselves to be a part of when they walked in and accepted the job. So with that 49 people leaving, there's 49 lack of officers, jailers there in the jail to man the jail so that inmates can be given their appropriate trips to medical visits, attorney visits, recreation, showers. I want everybody to understand where I'm coming from. You've got 13 floors where at least 4 or 5 officers should be manning it, but they aren't. They're not there. So again, y'all, I want y'all to come on out with us. And again, we're not going to allow the 5 inmates to be wrongfully convicted, even though they've been indicted. We believe that we can help win their charges, and maybe appropriately they can file a lawsuit to show these people that they will be held accountable for lumping them in a situation which totally they had no control over. All right, y'all, I'm going to get out of here. I just wanted to say this tonight. And Brother Dolsky, thank you so much for initiating the conversation regarding the inmates in the county jail. I hope to see you out there, and I know I will see you, brother. And hopefully we can get others out there to see us this coming June the 26th from 1 to 3 this Saturday out in front of the Oklahoma County Jail. Everyone, be blessed now.